Chase's Ultimate Rewards points are often regarded as the most valuable point currency that you can earn in this credit card game, with transfer partners like Air Canada, United Airlines, IHG Properties, or Hyatt. This gives them a TPG value of 2.0 cents per point, second only to Built Rewards. Depending on how you plan to redeem your Chase points, you can oftentimes find even more value than that 2.0 cents per point, depending on which different transfer partner that you plan to utilize, especially with the World of Hyatt program. Personally, I just redeemed right around 500,000 UR points in arguably one of the worst possible ways that you can. But do I regret this decision? Absolutely not, and I'll explain why. In this video, I'll cover how we were able to earn all these points, how and why we made this redemption, and I'll also attempt to convince you that this was actually a good redemption, because this credit card points and miles game is not always about the value that you're getting for your points. First, taking a look at how I earned over 500,000 points in just the last 9 months. I've talked quite a bit on my channel how I'm actually using the different wedding expenses that we have, which is coming up in October, and using that spend to earn all these different points currencies to be able to take the honeymoon trip that we've always wanted as close to free as possible. The most efficient way of earning points in the shortest amount of time is by hitting different sign-up bonuses, and that led both myself and my fiance adding several different Chase credit cards over these last few months. The cards that I've added include the Freedom Unlimited, the Sapphire Preferred, the Ink Unlimited, and the Ink Preferred. And for my fiance, she went ahead and applied for the Ink Unlimited as well, and the Sapphire Preferred. Both of us using referral links to earn even more points between the two of us, which now puts us at earning just over 600,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points. A lot of the spend that we used in order to hit these different sign-up bonuses was, of course, with those wedding expenses that I mentioned, and we are getting married at a hotel, so that explains, at least in a sense, why we added multiple Sapphire Preferreds, which does give you 2x back on travel. And then for myself, I added that Ink Preferred as well, which actually gives you 3x back on travel as well. So not only did we hit these sign-up bonuses, but we also did it in a smart way where we were earning a decent spending multiplier on all that spend at the same time. Once we earned all these points, we decided to transfer those points over to the World of Hyatt program, but the question is, why exactly did we land on Hyatt? Now, if you're into this credit card game, which I'm assuming you are because you clicked on the video, and I thank you for that, you would likely have heard of this World of Hyatt program, which can often give you the best value, especially in the different hotel transfer partners across all the different credit card lenders. And some of the value that you can get out of the point redemptions through World of Hyatt are often well above even 2 cents per point. I won't do a deep dive on the World of Hyatt program, but you can find a lot of great videos out there from other content creators talking about all the value that they're able to get with some of those different redemptions. Instead, I actually want to focus on one of the things that frustrates people about the Hyatt program, at least when it comes to the booking process, which is the partnership that they announced back in 2024 with the Mr. and Mrs. Smith booking platform. This partnership started in summer of 2024, shortly after Hyatt had announced that they were no longer going to be partnering with the small luxury hotel booking platform, which is very similar to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. However, I think a lot of people out there preferred the SLH program, given its more luxurious and robust list of boutique hotels. This on top of the fact that when booking a Mr. and Mrs. Smith property using your World of Hyatt points, you're never really getting anything above a 1.2 cent per point value, so this is often seen as a bad redemption or not the best way to use your Chase or your World of Hyatt points. Well, for us, in our situation, in terms of where we want to go for our honeymoon, we've always had a very good idea of exactly where we wanted to end up, that being the Caribbean and more specifically the US Virgin Islands, where we found a very small luxury private island resort called Livongo Resort and Beach Club. Now, we've actually visited this property on our last few trips down to the Caribbean, where we went and rented a pool cabana for the day. So you just sort of get a 8-hour taste of what it's like for that 5-star service, some of the different amenities and shopping that they have on this small little island, and some of the best damn food that we've ever had down there. Construction on this resort completed in 2021, and it now features things like hiking trails, some of the best snorkeling that you can find in the US Virgin Islands, multiple different private beaches, a shopping center, a beach club, a gym, and accommodations, which include villas, glamping tents, and tree houses, which is the room that we decided to book. I'll try to find some pictures and videos from the last trip that we took down there, and you might see those on the screen here, but quite honestly, those don't even do this place justice. You just have to go and check it out for yourself. So after getting into this credit card game and going all the way back to last fall, we started to just think about where exactly we wanted to go for our honeymoon. We knew that this would make the list, and because it is a boutique hotel at that time, just based on my lack of knowledge, we were fully prepared to pay cash. It's really just that special of a place to us. Knowing that we wanted to stay there, one random day, I was just searching for the property on Google, just trying to show someone some pictures of where we were going to end up for our honeymoon. And lo and behold, I actually found a link from Hyatt's website with the name of this property listed. So I clicked on it, got extremely excited, where I very quickly realized that we would be able to book this property using World of Hyatt points. And at that exact moment, I knew immediately that we needed to go all in on Chase Ultimate Reward Point earning cards to be able to transfer those eventually over to Hyatt to be able to book this property for free. And when I say booking this for free, that is not clickbait. When booking through the World of Hyatt program using their points, they don't actually charge you any resort fees, so just saving you those out-of-pocket costs. Once we had hit multiple sign-up bonuses, then came the fun part of actually being able to book this property and again, redeeming just under 500,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points. After doing some clicking around and checking a few different date options that we had set aside for this honeymoon, the rate that we landed on was $1,950 per night. That was for the Ocean View Luxury Treehouse, which, yes, has air conditioning, thank God, and that's the only reason we decided not to book one of those glamping tents. The point cost for the dates that we finally landed on was 171,500 World of Hyatt points per night, which came out to a total of 514,500. Doing the math to see what kind of value we were getting from our points when taking the total cash price, which included all the taxes and fees of $6,581 divided by the 514,500 World of Hyatt points, multiplying that by 100, we were looking at a Semper Point value of about 1.28. As I mentioned before, with Mr. and Mrs. Smith bookings, falls right in line with that 1.2 Semper Point value, so well below that 1.7 Semper Point value of World of Hyatt points, which may sound like a bad redemption on paper, but more on that very shortly. After hitting the sign-up bonuses on all these Chase cards, and transferring 30,000 of my built rewards points over to my World of Hyatt account, which I had saved up just from our rent payments over these last several months, I actually went ahead and combined the points from my fiance's account over to my Chase Sapphire Preferred. The way to do this is first by making sure that you both have the same address listed on your Chase account, and then simply calling Chase from the number on the back of your card, giving them the card information from your player two, letting them know that you have that same address, and then essentially they create one household account where if you go into the combined points feature from your Chase homepage, in there with the different card options that are listed, once you've done this process, you should see the card from your player two's account where you can transfer points to. As soon as I did this for my own account, giving them my fiance's card information, she went ahead and made the exact same phone call. So not that it's necessary, but now we have the full ability, depending on which account that we're logged into, to transfer points between the two of us. While it is convenient to be able to do this and be able to pool your points this way, which you can't actually do with other lenders like American Express, it also helps you reduce the annual fees that you need to hold between the two of you. So in theory, just one of you can either hold the Ink Preferred or the Sapphire Preferred and have full capability to be able to transfer out to transfer partners. Now, I say all of that, meanwhile, we do actually hold 3 of the $95 annual fee cards from Chase. However, that was mainly for just hitting the sign-up bonus and earning the most amount of points that we could. And moving forward, I have a plan with my roadmap to end up downgrading a couple of these or product changing. The point is, you don't need to have more than one of these. So once our points were combined, I went ahead and transferred 485,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points over to my World of Hyatt account. So combined with those built rewards points, that would give us more than enough to make this booking. Once I went over to their Instagram, I got the affirmation that I needed. Seeing the accommodations and some of the different videos and posts from that luxury treehouse especially, it was almost like instantaneous. I realized that this was going to be incredible trip for us, and it was almost a no-brainer, even despite the fact that we weren't maybe getting the best value for our points. I went to book, making sure I had selected points, left a little note for the hotel, letting them know that it was for our honeymoon, if they could do anything special for us, and boom, just like that, the first leg of our dream once-in-a-lifetime honeymoon was booked, again, completely for free. So was it worth it, given the fact that we got below average value for our Chase and Hyatt points? Hell yes. We haven't even been on this trip yet, and I can already with full confidence say that this is going to be more than worth it booking in this way. Now, I totally get that there's almost 2 different sides to this credit card game. One is earning all the points by hitting sign-up bonuses and playing the game that way, and the other side of it, or part 2 of that, is actually redeeming those points for maximum value. Now, I'm the very first person to admit that I have a ton to learn when it comes to actually redeeming credit card points. I feel like I've sort of mastered the earning side of things. But again, once we had that moment where we realized that we would be able to stay at this place completely for free instead of using the cash that we had saved, in my opinion, why would we not go ahead and take advantage of that? There's a few different ways of looking at these point currencies, which you'll hear depending on who you watch here on YouTube. Some of them solely focused on getting the maximum amount of value, and that makes perfect sense to me, being as analytical as I am, trying to get the best value. That makes all the sense in the world. However, on the flip side, you'll hear a lot of other people talking about how it's the experience that matters even way more than the actual value of those points. Think about it like this. Am I really going to be sitting on this private island beach, my ass in a lawn chair, sipping a pina colada after snorkeling with sea turtles all day, thinking to myself, you know, I really wish I would have gotten 1.7 cents per point? Absolutely not. In other words, as a lot of other content creators like to say, take the trip. I will say, don't totally ignore the cent per point value. I mean, if you're getting completely ripped off, then don't do it. Just picture yourself in whatever place that you're looking to book and ask yourself that question. Do you truly think that you're going to have any regrets once you're actually there about not maximizing the value of your points any further than you did? Anyway, in my opinion, booking this trip, despite the fact that it's seen as a bad redemption, this is truly amazing in my eyes. I mean, going back a year ago when I knew nothing about credit cards, I was sweating not only paying for the wedding, but then paying for the honeymoon. So getting to book something like this that's truly once in a lifetime bucket list resort all completely for free is truly a game changer, and it's why I got into this game in the first place. So let me know down below in the comments your thoughts on how I ended up using my Chase Ultimate Rewards points. If you're upset by it, feel free to let me know. I really do look forward to hearing from both different sides of the aisle on this, those true point maximizers, and then the people that really do value those experiences over anything else. And make sure you stay tuned to the channel to see exactly how I redeemed over 2 million credit card points and miles by smashing that like button, hitting the subscribe. If you think seeing this resort was a really cool redemption, wait until you see what else we booked. If you want to see exactly how I was able to earn so many points in just the last 9 months, make sure you check out one of these videos here. And as always, I really do appreciate every single one of you guys watching as I learn, share all the things that are going on in my own credit card journey to hopefully just help a few other people out there trying to do the exact same thing. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Cheers.